Bismillah. So we are in chapter 3, and chapter 3 talks about the interaction between supply and demand in a market. And we said that any market constitutes of many elements, uh, consumers, suppliers, products, place, time, and the interaction between supply and demand is the thing that we are focusing on in this chapter mainly. And apart from the chapter, I adopted this approach to show you each one of them or each side of the market, supply and demand, and what are the elements that we are focusing on in each one of them. This is to know that each side of the market, demand, mirrors the supply side, but in an opposite way. But anyway, we will we already give a definition of each one of them from the demand side and from the supply side. And we should also know that the two main variables in each one of them, supply and demand, two main variables are the prices and quantities. Prices and quantities. So prices, uh, mainly the price of the product that we are focusing on. It's an X product. We haven't defined which product, but it's a product in the market. And that's why we put them in a function. And we said in the demand side, there is a negative relationship between prices and quantities demanded. And from the supply side, it is a positive relationship between prices and quantities supplied. So suppliers would like to supply more when market prices go up. And from the other side, which is the demand, on the demand side, consumers would like to pay less and buy more. So when prices go down, uh, consumers buy more. Then we draw the graphs, and, uh, and these graphs depict visual relationship. So in the demand side, the relationship is negatively related, and from the supply side, it is positively related. And each point on the curve shows the choices of consumers. So this is choice A, and this is choice B for consuming the product. And from the supply side, this is choice A for supply, and this is choice B for supply. And because we are talking about a perfectly competitive market, for one consumer and for one supplier, prices are given. So those individuals, the supplier and the consumer, they have no choice in having impact on the market. So prices for them are given. Then we put some notations. There are two main notations. Notation number one. So notation number one relates to the fact that any movement of the choices on the demand curve is related only to the price, to the impact of the price, the own price of the product. This is also true in the supply side. So any movement on the curve is because of the change in the price. That's why there is a very important assumption when we talk about demand and supply function is that this relation holds and is true by assuming that all other variables are constant. Other variables that have impact on the quantities. So the only variable that have or that has impact on the quantity is P here, which is on price of the product. Then we elaborated this assumption by going to notation 2, and we said that when there is any change in other functions or other variables. So other variables in the same function. So if this is quantity demanded, there are many variables in the function. We put them in the function which have impact on the quantity demanded, not only the price itself. This is also true on the supply side. So on the supply side, this is not only the own price of product that has impact on the quantity supplied, but there are other variables like wages and technology. So again, before we said that if only prices changes, uh, this means that we are moving from one point to another on the same curve. This is also true on the supply side when only the price of product changes, then we are moving on the same curve. But when one or other variables in the same function uh, may change, then we are talking about the movement of the whole curve, whether it is in the demand or it is in the supply side. And then if you remember, we put them all, I mean, both supply function and demand function, we put them in the market. By having them in the market, they will interact between each other. We initially started with equilibrium point, where both supply and demand intersect. So when they intersect, the market will be at equilibrium, or the demand and supply for this product will be at equilibrium. So in this case, we have quantity demanded and supplied are equal because they are at equilibrium, and the equilibrium price is this PE. Then we put one assumption here and said that imagine if price of the product increases in the market. Who caused the increase in this price? Don't worry. It is just for the sake of analysis. So the price went up to P1, and at P1, as you see, in this case, we separated the situation where the product was at equilibrium. Now we have two new situations. These are the quantity of demand is separated from the quantity of supply because they were at equilibrium and now they are different. So when we are above the equilibrium point, the initial equilibrium, we are above it. At price 1, you will find that quantity demanded will be at this level, but quantity supplied will be at this level. And as you see that quantity supplied, because this is supply, quantity supplied is greater than quantity demanded. So there are too much of supply of product compared to the level consumers demand. So quantity supply is greater than quantity demand. And because quantity supplied is greater than quantity demanded, this means that suppliers uh, offered a lot of their products in the market. So they have to clear it out. So those suppliers will compete with each other, starting the negotiations by offering lower prices to attract more demand. So they will increase the prices, they decrease the prices and decrease the prices. And because of the demand low, as you decrease prices, the quantity will increase. Quantity demanded will increase as you decrease the prices. So we will come back again to the equilibrium. So notice that when prices went up and then it comes back to the equilibrium. This is what we are interested in when prices was, or when the price P1 was at above level of equilibrium. This is a triangular shape. Pull it here. You will notice that this triangle, the tip of it down and the base of it up. So bear in mind that the prices will have downward pressure. And this triangle, we call it a surplus in the market. Surplus means more quantity supplied than quantity demanded. Now we go to next assumption. So assume that now prices go down to P2 from the equilibrium level to P2. So P2 is lower than PE. And as you know, the more prices go down, greater will be quantity demanded because consumer will be happier to buy more when prices go down. And many consumers will come into this market to buy this product. And this will enhance the quantity of demand to be more and more. But the problem in the supply side, where it shows the supplier, so supplier are not very happy to offer and supply their products at this price, so they get out from the market because it's going to be very cheap, under their cost maybe, so they supply less. So in this case, we will find that quantity supplied is less than quantity demanded, is less than quantity demanded, and this is the demand, and this is the quantity supplied. And consumers will find that when they go to the market, they want to demand a lot, but in fact, the market doesn't have that much products offered and supplied by the suppliers. So in this case, the negotiation will turn to consumers. So consumers will compete with each other, and they will compete with themselves by offering higher prices to attract more products to be offered in the market. So when they offer higher prices, prices will go up and will go up, and more of supply will come to the market until we come back again to the same equilibrium. So notice that when the prices went down at P2, this triangle, this shows many things. We'll pull it here, and as you see that this triangle is upward looking, the base is down and the tip is up. This means that the price pressure will be upward. So in this case, the market was at shortage of products, and consumers will offer high prices, and prices will be pushed up until we reach the equilibrium here again. Now, this whole analysis is related to the changes in own price of a product. All the analysis here assumes that all other factors and variables are kept constant. So what if we change one of these variables on the demand side? I mean the other variables. And what if we change one of the other variables on the supply side? So this was our analysis in the class, and we said that imagine that one of the factors like I. So if we change I means income, and we put it in the demand side as other variable, as one of the other variables having impact on the quantity demanded. So if consumers have more income, this will make them demand more because their willingness to pay will be higher. So this will lead to a shift in the demand curve on the demand curve of the demand curve on the to the right or on the right. So what we see, if this was the equilibrium level, we will find that this price, which was at equilibrium level, came here, and this resulted in separation of both quantities. Because before the change in I, they were at equilibrium, but now after we change I, the new quantity demanded is here and quantity of supply is here. And because demand is greater than supply, this triangle came, and this will make us to go back to the analysis before. So because quantity demand is greater than quantity supply, market is at shortage, and consumers will offer higher prices, which lead to more products to be offered by suppliers. And this mechanism will continue until we go to new equilibrium. So as you see, this equilibrium is greater than the previous equilibrium. And at new equilibrium, we will find more quantity uh, to be transacted in the market at this new equilibrium. Okay, we will go to the supply side and we'll change one of the factors. Factors that have impact on the supply side. We said on price or wages or technology and maybe others. So we in the class we only changed this variable, and that variable was technology. And as we know that technology has a positive impact on production side. So the more suppliers get advanced technology, the more they are able to offer more of quantity supplied. Even the quality will be improved as well. So now I'm going to change technology to make it better, and this will have a positive impact on the quantity supplied. So suppliers are in better shape, and they will be able to offer more of their products in the market. So the supply curve will shift to the right. So at same previous equilibrium level, when supply curve shifted, we noticed that the quantity supplied, the new one, will be here, and quantity demanded got separated from the quantity supplied because they were at the equilibrium. Uh, and this will result in this triangle, which shows that the market is now at surplus, which means suppliers, they offered and supplied more in the market of the product, where at the same time they find that the demand is much less than what they supplied. And because the market is at a surplus of the product supplied, the suppliers will start negotiations by offering lower prices and attracting more consumers. And this means downward pressure on the prices. Lower prices will attract more consumers, and this will make us go back to or will make the market go back to the equilibrium, but at the new level of equilibrium. At this new level of equilibrium, we will notice that a new equilibrium is greater than the previous equilibrium, and the market ended up with at lower prices. So you notice that all extra products in the market were cleared out, and a new demand to the market came in, and this is the new equilibrium in the market. But now if we complicate this analysis more and more and say what will happen if both factors in the demand and supply side or functions got changed. So if we change both I and technology, so what will happen to the both supply and demand curves? We'll draw them. This is supply and this is demand. Equilibrium. So if I increases, that means this demand curve will shift to the right. And at PE, you will find that both quantity supplied and demanded got separated. And because of this triangular shape, this will put upward pressure on the prices because the market is at shortage and the prices have to increase since consumers offer higher prices to attract more quantity to be supplied in the market. And because of this interaction, we will come to or reach a new level of equilibrium. And as you see, QE2 is greater than QE1, which means more quantity now is in the market, but at higher prices. And new equilibrium is greater than the older equilibrium, which is PE1. So now what if we change from the supply side and say that technology now is more advanced and suppliers are more able to produce and supply more? So in this case, supply curve will shift to the right. So at a new supply curve and market equilibrium 2, price equilibrium, if we connect them all, we'll find that quantity supplied is greater than quantity demanded, because this is D1 or D2, D1. And because of supply is more, we will find that the market is at surplus. And this will put downward pressure on the prices to go down because the excess supply in the market will make supplier to offer less prices to clear out extra products in the market supplied. So more consumers will demand, and this will make us reach a newer level of equilibrium, which is here. And the final impact of this, the market equilibrium went down to PE3, and the market ended up with higher level of product to be transacted in the market. Now we'll go to chapter 3 and try to fill gaps whenever there are gaps and extra explanations to be provided. We covered all these parts. We briefly talked about this slide in the last lecture, and as we said, whenever there is change in the price, if price goes up or price goes down, two effects will happen. One is called substitution effect, and the other called income effect. So when prices go up, people substitute, or consumers substitute, so they go to other products and leave this product. And because the price goes up, people will have impact on their income because as as the prices go up, their income will be less compared to the level that they were able to buy, because previous to the price increase, consumers were able to buy more. But now, when prices increase, they are not able to buy the same quantities of product at new prices, which are higher. Okay, we talked about this. Ceteris paribus means all other factors or variables equal. So this assumption, which is ceteris paribus or all others are equal. So when we say that there is a relationship between own price of product and quantity demanded, so the price here is negative. So as prices go up, quantity demanded goes down. But this is true when all these factors are constant or unchanged. Same analysis with when we talk about the supply side. So suppliers, when prices go up, own price of product goes up. Suppliers will supply more because they will be it will be for them more profitable. So this relationship is true, holding all other variables and on the supply side unchanged. And this slide shows that when there are changes on the demand side, the other variables change. This means the curve will move. The whole curve will move. This slide talks about some types of goods. In fact, the good that we are talking about is called normal good. So normal good means when you normal good. So if this is our demand function, and we said that the main variable, which is the price of this product, and there are other variables. So when we change in the other variables, for example, if income increases, this will lead the demand curve to shift to the right, and if income decreases, the demand curve will shift to the left. But this product that we are talking about is called normal product. Product where consumers, when their income increases, they buy more. But there are other products called inferior products where consumers, when they have higher income, they leave the product and they go to better quality product. So this means if their income increases, the demand for lower product will decrease, and in this situation, the decrease in the quantity uh, when income increases, the decrease in the quantity is the quantity for inferior products. So that's why some people, when they get rich and they have higher income, they leave some of products they used to consume because now for them it's inferior. So the demand for these products will decrease at higher income because they go to better quality products. We talked about other products like substitutes and complements and the relationship between them. For the substitutes, we said that when price of substitute product increases, the demand for our product will increase, quantity demanded. So it's a positive relationship. And for the complements, it's a negative relationship. So when price of complement product increases, the demand for our or the demand for the quantity demanded will decrease for our own product. This is another variable having impact on the quantity demanded, which is taste or tastes. So when people have better taste towards one of the product quantity demanded will increase, so it's positive relationship. Also, population is related positively with the quantity demanded. More population means more demand. Future prices. So for future prices, when you expect that prices in future will increase, you better off demand more quantities today. So it's a positive relationship. So if I'm going to write the demand function again, Q demanded function in on price, income, price of substitutes, price of complements, tastes, population, and then we add expected prices. P E expected prices. Expected prices. So this is negative, positive, positive, negative, positive, positive, positive. These signs, positive and negatives, uh, show a relationship between the variable itself and the quantity demanded. Again, movement in of the demand curve because of change in the other variables. The other part of this chapter is talking about supply side and same analogy. This is equilibrium. And this is the surplus and shortage of product in the market. So, and we don't forget this shape. So when there is a surplus, downward pressure will happen in the market, and when there is a shortage, upward pressure will be taking effect in the market. And you should remember what are these signs or shapes refer to in our analysis. We talked about this. We talked about this. Also this one. In our analysis, when I did it by my hand writing. This one, two of variables on demand and supply sides get changed, and we did this. This is variable analysis. That's it for chapter 3. Thank you very much.